getting their money's worth tonight. We have a 34-34 game, and we're getting set to go overtime. TSU will get the football first in the overtime, and we'll see whether or not the Tigers can punch it in for a touchdown, or will they have to settle for a field goal. And then Prairie View will get their shot at it.
Very strategic.
So the game does not end with the first person who scores. I'm sure most of you know that by now. So the handoff, no, he fakes it. A helmet was rolling around on the ground, and Body's going to just throw it away.
Yeah, things broke down real quick. Panthers had really good defense right there. And again, Body did the smart thing, just get rid of the ball.
That was an interesting play because Body faked it, and as he rose to his left, a helmet came rolling out into the backfield.
Yeah, it's a good thing there's no head in it.
Yeah, so when it's all said and done, it was an incomplete pass. Now, second down from the 25 for Texas Southern University.
I think you got right in between the hashes in the middle of the field.
He's got three receivers to his left. A.J. Bennett is to his right all by himself. He goes underneath, and it hits Morton in the chest, and he does not make the catch.
Wow. Yeah, that's one of those he'll have some dreams on in his sleep right there.
You know, this is the time when Clarence McKinney just wants somebody to step up and make a play. And that was an opportunity to make it third and manageable. So now you're looking at 3rd and 10. I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to A.J. Bennett. What do you think? I thought they might have done it on that play with the 3 wide receivers to the left.
Yeah, I think, well, you got Johnson, who's just a huge target. So I'd like to see him in the middle somewhere.
And a timeout is called on the field. So the TSU Tigers will talk about this as Clarence McKinney calls his team over. And this was a big down. I mean, you come into overtime here, and the first 2 plays that really didn't amount to anything for PV. So now you have, for Texas Southern. So now you have a 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, right? Who do you go to? And you hit it perfect on the head. Who's your person that's made the big plays? Davis has. He has 7 receptions, 120 yards on the night with 1 touchdown. And then Bennett, 3 catches for 72 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then Johnson, I thought he's been like some of the big clutch plays early in the game. 6 catches, 64 yards. Again, he was early hot, and he kind of cooled off in the second half.
So Owens in the backfield with Andrew Body. Huge 3rd down here for the Tigers. Body slides up in the pocket, throws it behind his receiver. Was trying to hit Bennett on the crossing pattern. It goes down as an incomplete pass. And you see right away, coach is not hesitating. He's sending his kicker out there, Curtis Falkenberg, coming on to attempt the field goal.
You got to give massive credit to the Panthers' defensive secondary. They did a phenomenal job. Look at the coverage there. And again, that he had room right there out in front of him. Just didn't throw it. But their coverage has been really good all day.
42-yard field goal attempt from Falkenberg. Ian means to hold it. The kick is going to be short. I mean, way short and left. Panthers defense come up with a huge stop.
Yeah, that's what you call hitting it fat. He just got underneath it way too much and that's why when you win the toss, you always want the other team to go first because you know what you need to get. Now again, the Panthers you're gonna find they're gonna run it hard down the middle, try to get as much yards as they can, and then they'll try their field goal.
Well, it's definitely advantage Prairie View at this point because they have a kicker that's already made a 40-something yard field goal tonight. So yep. Villagomez hit from 46 yards. So these guys know they got the range. It's all going to be on that Texas Southern defense on this drive as the Prairie View defense stepped up and answered the call and held the Tigers scoreless. And now let's see what the Tigers can do as they get their turn. Give us to Antoine. Antoine has some room, still on his feet. First down for Prairie View as Antoine dives down to about the 14-yard line.
That's one of the first times I felt like that defensive line of the Tigers and the linebackers didn't really plug and step up in that hole. It's like the air got let out of them a little bit.
Now we have a whistle, and it looks like we're going to have another timeout on the field. And the Panthers are fired up over there on that sideline.
Well, they can feel it, right? I mean, they can feel it. They know they're in a good field goal range situation. They have fought hard to come back.
The previous play is now being reviewed.
And again, for the Tigers, I think this is an interesting timeout. It's like, look, here's what I need you to do. Here's what they're going to do. Here's how we need to stop them.
Well, this fourth quarter has really belonged to Prairie View. And as we looked at the scores by quarter earlier, it had to come down to this because you could see the first quarter went to Prairie View, second quarter TSU, and vice versa. So and this is what it's come down to. I will say this, that TSU defense has stepped up time and time again tonight.
Yep.
And now they the proverbial have their backs against the wall again.
Yeah, I mean, right now, I mean, you watch, they're going to be trying to punch to get the ball out. They're going to try to, like heck, to get some kind of turnover because that's otherwise they're leaving it in the hands of the fielder.
While we have a quick second, let's congratulate Johnny Jones and the TSU basketball team. They were honored tonight at halftime, got their rings, won the tournament championship, went to the big dance.
Yep.
That's becoming an annual thing for Johnny Jones and the TSU Tigers basketball team. But right now, we're all about TSU football. Second down. So he did not pick up the first down. Second down coming up for the Panthers. They're going to go back to Antoine again. And this time, he didn't have anywhere to go. The TSU defensive front came up strong with a big force, a big surge.
Yeah, and again, that's where I think the coaches stopped them and said, look, here's what they're going to do. They're going to run it right up the middle. They're going to run it. They're going to be safe. You got to tackle them strong and try to punch that ball out. I wouldn't be surprised to watch them try to stand them up, right? Hold them up as much as they can to try to punch the ball out.
You got 3rd and 1 coming up for the Panthers. Ahmad Antoine, double A, still in the backfield, right next to Connolly. Puts him on the left side now. Turns, hands to Antoine. He surges forward, and I think he's going to get the first down. Linus Noel threw him back, but it depends on where they mark his forward progress.
I don't know. These stick guys, we'll see.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
He's saying a first down, but the officials, yes, it is a first down for the Prairie View Panthers. If you're just joining us, we are in overtime, tied at 34 apiece. A big rally by the Prairie View Panthers in the fourth quarter has taken us to this point.
So now they basically bring in their jumbo packages, which is they bring in some extra guards or tackles to line up as tight ends. And they bring in Caleb Johnson as a running back now.
Fresh legs in the backfield. Johnson takes it straight ahead, and he just runs into a wall after he picks up 2 or 3. Coach Bubba McDowell just punching that football closer and closer, just inching in a little closer. If they have to kick, he wants to make it as close as possible.
Yeah, and I think the not this play, but the next one you're going to see, okay, does he right? What hash does he like, or where does he like it, or dead center, or wherever?
Panthers with the football, low snap. Conley had to pick it up, and he's dropped. A fine defensive play by C.J. Henderson. The bad snap caused all of that for Prairie View, but give Henderson a lot of credit for getting in that backfield and making an open field tackle.
And that's about the 3rd bad snap that I can recall here today in this game. And those are costly. But again, Conley, I think, kept this calm, didn't try to do too much.
So that's going to back him up. Going to bring up 3rd, and they're going to probably need close to 15 yards for a first down if they're going to continue this drive. So this time turns, hands it off, has his running back dancing in the backfield. That is Caleb Johnson again, and he's trying to set up a field goal attempt by Villagomez.
That'll be on that hash, and you got to, these hashes in college football are a lot wider than the NFL, so it puts quite the angle on it.
Carlos Villagomez is on now with Jasso he's the holder on the play. Villagomez will attempt a 35-yard field goal to win the game for the Prairie View Panthers. Snap is good. Jasso gets it down. The kick from Villagomez is good, and the Panthers with an incredible comeback here at Shell Energy Stadium. What a comeback by Prairie View. And they win it in overtime, 37-34. A tough battle, hard fought all the way by Clarence McKinney and his Texas Southern Tigers.